Hello everyone, Dana here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make 2 holiday cards using the BetterPress Plate of the Month for October. As always, there will be affiliate links down below. If you choose to shop through these links, it does help support me and I do greatly appreciate it. Now let's get on to the making. To start off these cards, I wanted to go ahead and get the backgrounds ready so that I could set them aside to dry. For this first card, I will be using 3 different distress stains. I will alternate between saltwater taffy, worn lipstick, tattered rose, and tea dye, and water. And I'll just alternate between those mediums until I get a background that I like, and then I will dry that off with my heat tool. For the second background, I will be alternating between antique linen, tea dye, vintage photo, and water. And again, I'll just alternate between those until I get a background that I like, and then I'll go ahead and dry that off with my heat tool. And then I'll set them aside to kind of air dry a bit more. Once they were dry, I went ahead and put my BetterPress plate on my BetterPress system, and I'm going to go ahead and ink that up in ground espresso archival ink. And then I'll run that through my Platinum 6 machine. I wanted to make an A2 card, so I went ahead and cut out a section of the back using the Precision Layering A2A set from Spellbinders. Then I wanted to add a little bit more definition to the edge of the card panel, so I went in with my Vintage Photo Distress ink, and I'm just inking along the edge using my foam blending tool. I prefer using the foam to ink along the edges. I feel like I'm able to control it a little bit better to only get it on the edges versus, some of the bristles from the blending brush going in further on the card. Then I went ahead and cut out some of the poinsettias from the Christmas wreath add-on from the Beautiful Wreaths collection. The paper that I used was some paper that I had gel printed in Lumberjack Plaid and then Rustic Wilderness. And I'm just assembling those using my Barely Arts liquid glue. Instead of using the die cut centers, I wanted to use pearls, so I dug out my ivory pearls, and I'm just adhering those in the center of the poinsettias using my collage medium. These pearls are just some nail art embellishments that I got off of Amazon. Once the centers had dried a bit, I went ahead and adhered the poinsettias to the card, also using my collage medium. I also cut out the holly die in the Rustic Wilderness, and I'm using those leaves to add under the two small poinsettias on the side. And then I cut out one full holly, and I'll go ahead and put that at the top of the Christmas tree. And I chose a craft card base for this card, and I'm just adhering the card panel down to the base using my Barely Arts glue. And here's the finished first card. Y'all know I love me some vintage, so this was definitely right up my alley. Then for the second card, I decided to use the same ground espresso archival ink for the BetterPress plate. And I'm just inking that up again, and then I will run that through my Platinum 6 machine. To cut out the background for this one, I decided to use the postage edge rectangles, and I'm using the largest internal die. So this is the die that cuts out the square with the dots in it. And then for the edge, so what makes it look like a postage stamp, the postage stamp edge, I cut that out of just some white cardstock, and I'm just inking around the edges with my vintage photo ink. And then I adhered the top panel to the postage edge piece with my Barely Arts liquid glue. And then again, I wanted to add some poinsettias to this card. But instead of doing, your traditional red poinsettias, I wanted to use the leftover background pieces from the first card. So I went ahead and cut those out so they look like some brown vintage poinsettias. It ended up looking really cool. It almost looks like wood. And I did the same thing, assembled those with my Barely Arts glue, and then went in and added some pearls to the centers with my collage medium. And then once the poinsettia centers had dried a little bit, I adhered them to the bottom right of the card panel, and then the holly to the top left, just like I did in the first card. And here's the final card for that one. I did put it on a white A2 base. These were a lot of fun to create, and a simple way to kind of get into the Christmas spirit. It's been a little difficult to me because it's not even Halloween yet, but we're doing it. But if you haven't already, please go ahead and pamper that like button. And as always, take some time to pamper your inner goddess. You deserve it. And I will see you in the next one.